Welcome back to another DR-Z4S video. So I'm still working on getting all the body work and stuff reinstalled after my radiator incident. But I wanted to show you how I have a Garmin Zumo XT hardwired to bike power, which is pretty much an essential thing, especially with the Garmin Zumo XT because it doesn't really have a very high capacity internal battery. I have had GPSs on all of my bikes dating back to 2000, hardwired to bike power when I had my very first GPS, which was a Garmin GPS 3 Plus. So we're going to go ahead and show you how I got that all set up. Looking at the headlight with the headlight shroud off, I recently added a little Y-splitter pigtail arrangement from Cyclops Adventure Sports. Hopefully they will bring that item to market here soon. I just got it from them. It was a prototype. So we're adding a GPS. I have taken all of my black wire that goes up to the mount up at the top on the handlebars, and I've stuffed it below the instrumentation panel. And we'll do the same with this little black power brick. And basically we're going to do that with this excess red and black wire too. We're just going to kind of stuff it back in there. Here's my fuse holder. I will plug my black down here to the black power lead. This little Y-splitter adapter, it basically gives you the ability to plug in more than one item to the Suzuki OEM power accessory port. Then we'll just kind of tuck all that back there, jam the fuse holder up here, and then we'll be good to go. Here's the wire right here. I have it routed through this little wire bale. It goes underneath my cycler hand guards and then up by the handlebars, and then we'll spin the camera around and show you everything up here mounted on the bars. For the mounting arrangement, I have a Ram style ball with a handlebar clamp mount. This isn't actually the Ram brand. It's a less expensive brand that I found on Amazon in a 2-pack. I bought the 2-pack because it just gave me the ability to outfit multiple bikes for less than the cost of the actual Ram part. I'll have a link down in the description below for all of this stuff. I'm running a short Ram arm. I'm running the Garmin mount for the Zumo XT, as well as the Garmin wiring harness. That's what I had showed earlier, plugging into the front of the bike. And then also we've got the Ram ball that mounts to the back of this mounting plate. It's the amps hole pattern. So we're going to go ahead and zoom out, and I'll show you my GPS mounted up there. For quite a number of years, I've been using this same style mounting arrangement, just with a different cradle for different GPSs that I've had. And there we go. I can actually tuck that down just a little bit, or I can bring it out closer if I wanted to. And you can kind of swivel it around and mount it higher or lower. It just depends on your personal preference. There's a lot of events that I go to where I'm in unfamiliar territory, and then also those routes use navigation via a GPS track, so that's why I wanted a GPS on my DR-Z4S. I do also lay out a dual sport event, and I use that to create my tracks as well. Here's a nice view from the back. So we got the arm, the amps mounting plate, the bracket that holds the GPS in place, and then the GPS. And here's my mount that goes around the handlebars. Having a GPS permanently powered by the bike is pretty much an essential feature as far as I'm concerned. I generally prefer to have the GPS wired through the ignition switch. One thing to keep note when doing that is that when you turn off your key, generally the GPS is going to come up with a warning that says power lost, do you want to leave the GPS on or turn it off? If I'm only stopping for a few minutes or maybe 10 minutes or so, I'll go ahead and leave the power on. So you hit a little button on the screen to keep the GPS powered on, at least with the Garmin Zumo XT. On some GPSs you have a series of buttons. That was the case with my 276C and my 478, which were both predecessors to what I used on a bike before I got the Zumo XT. If I'm going to stop for a while, then I just let the GPS power itself off, and then when I come back out and get ready to go, then I power the GPS back on. An example of that would be if I stop for lunch or stop for an extended break.